June 31, just turned 1:35 a.m. Luna coins are Quado 6025. Maybe we'll get to listen to Luna, the dog. She's in heat. That's her. I am making this very important PSA now, while we know. I am reaching the conclusion that I am done going back to try and then being done again with the Sunday gig. I've tried so much. I think their marketing got to me that it's important or something. I go only because the Sunday gigs say how important it is to go to the Sunday gig. Martin Luther King said, "We came here because we were invited here." I go because they just, please come. Yeah, come join us. Please, we got to show you. You got to be with the church, you know. Oh, all right. Yeah. Come as you are. Okay. I go as I am. There's always someone complaining and whining and, well, you're just blah, 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 blah. And it's attitude. I was like, okay, all right. Colossians 3:8. Don't talk smack about other people. Don't talk disrespectful to other people. Matthew 18:15. Matthew 18:15. Start there. You got a problem with someone, you go to that person. That's two people total. And that includes you and that person. That's step one. Step two, each of you gets a witness. You take a witness, maybe you get a witness for him. That's 3 or 4 total. Then you go to the administration. Then you go to the assembly. All these Sunday church things seem to be starting with step 3. I'm not doing any group that can't count to 3 in proper order. Sorry, guys. If you start with step 3, you're fake. You don't know basic Bible interpretation. You're not teaching the word because you don't know it. Count to 3. That's before kindergarten. And if all the professionals and the licensed ordained clergy and all that, or pastor, which is a clergy, if they can't get it that 3 comes third and 1 comes first and 2 is in between, they skip that part because they've got something else that's more important. What is there that's more important than the mission to obey the word, the truth? People don't want to talk to you about their problem with you because they know they'll lose the argument with you. They know they're wrong. It's why they don't confront the person it's about. They know they're wrong. Now, there are actual dangerous people. If you got to skip from step 1 to step 2, that's fine, but you still go to that person, maybe with someone. You don't jump to 3 like everybody in these Sunday groups seem to be doing. Now, I remember, and I know a pastor. He pastors the church I grew up in. His name's Patrick Shea, and he's amazing. If you talk to him about anyone, he's like, I don't want to hear it. You talk to him. See, that is where it works. But we get the people who complain the loudest, and they get the voice. All of the calm, well-mannered people who don't fret and get excited about little petty things get the big voice. Well, I got that mixed up. All the people who fret about petty things get the voice. The people who don't fret about petty things and act like, teenagers or older, not crying over little stuff, they never get a voice. They're always the ones that are blamed and wrong. This is a bad, shameful culture value that the church has adopted and multiplied. Why would I ever go to a Sunday church thing? Luna, quiet girl. I love you, but be quiet. You gotta calm down. No, you got to calm down. Luna, easy, girl. You know, you can tell the size of the man by the size of the thing that makes him angry. There's too many small men at the Sunday thing. I've come to the conclusion that church is for people who don't know how to make friends. That's why they gossip about other people, because they don't get, oh, I can go talk to him. No. The reason they don't go talk to the person they're talking about, they talk about him, they talk about him without him. The reason they talk about the person without the person is because they're afraid of talking to people. And this fear of people seems to be the expectation. If you overcome your fear of people and you talk to the people that you've got an idea about, you're seen as aggressive. You see, you're supposed to go be scared of everybody. You're supposed to stay afraid and weak and crushed and beaten down. Church, the churchy thing, I've tried. I didn't go because I wanted to. They demand that you go. It's the greatest thing. You got to come join us. Come as you are. Oh, please be here. Martin Luther King Jr. said, we came here because we were invited here, in his letter from the Birmingham jail. Very good letter. It's a reader. I can't do the little petty stuff that everyone's so preoccupied with. I've got big, enormous things that I ignore all the time. And the stuff that church folk demand me to give attention to is the kind of things in my life with other people that I don't even remember they happen, because I dismiss them immediately as not worth anybody's time, because I got things to do so I can be my best. Yet other people let that completely fill up their mind space and they can't get over it. And the Sunday church administrations back that up. I'm sorry, Sunday. There are many of you that are very good friends of mine that are there. Luna! Sometimes we need a harsh voice. And Sunday doesn't get that. I have many friends there, but Sunday, you see, you're just too small. And you whine too easy to handle people that really want to make it happen. And Sunday, that's why you can't reach the people that make it happen. Because you don't make it happen. You're too busy crying and whining and talking to everybody else about what you don't like about. And the Bible tells you don't do that. Our Lord Jesus said to do that. Matthew chapter 18 starts in verse 15, 18:15. Colossians 3:8. Talk decently about each other. Yeah, what's your problem? How do you, well, you just always do. Very typical, but nah, I don't sit with scoffers. I love many of you. I'll see you around, but you shouldn't have invited me because you didn't really want me. You wanted numbers and you thought I was going to add to them. I went there and did what you said, but not what you were really up to, which is keeping everybody down and afraid. Sunday, when you can show me that you can count to 3, Matthew 18, 15 and following. You got a problem with someone, you talk to that person. Second, each of you gets a witness, 3 or 4 at most. Then you go to the assembly administration and you work your administration. Good church leader, you got a problem with him? Okay, when did you talk to him? First question, if it's not that, it's not Christian. They don't know how to interpret the Bible. They're not teaching the Bible. The Bible is not governing their administration. I get a report, some church worker. Well, I get 3 reports about you. Why didn't you contact me when it was 1? And how come none of it includes someone talking to me? Because you're not doing Bible. Because you're afraid of people. And you don't want to get over your fear of people. If that's you somehow in your life, you're welcome to talk to me. I'll talk you through it. I don't hate you. But I'm not going through your Sunday motions, because my life and the things I'm doing are not that little and small and petty and silly. You're always going to be upset about things that happen in your life if you can't get over little stuff. You got to stop being mad about anything. Jesus wasn't mad about the cross. That's bigger than anything we face. Let it go. Even my dog knows how to do that. Sunday, I love you guys so much, but you just hold me back and you waste my time. We're all supposed to sit there and listen to some guy talk about stuff, and he's a great guy. There's a whole bunch of them. They're just great. It's stuff I already know. I had to write papers about every single one of those things in college, and I went far deeper. I had to say more in fewer words. That was my homework for 4 years. I do not learn on Sundays. There are exceptions, and I treasure them. But Sunday is the least solvent gold mine I've ever found. It's just, there's not stuff there, man. And there's too many people that don't know how to count to 3. So what are they going to teach me if you can't count to 3? I love you guys, but I think you don't love yourselves. And you can't get over how smart you think I am. I don't think about my smarts. I want to learn as much as I can. And I wish more people had told me more when I was younger, because I'm hungry to understand life. And I try to help someone understand stuff so they stumble around in the darkness less and they get answers and get on with stuff more. Luna! Love you. Stop. I try to help someone live in the darkness less by knowing something. Oh, Jesse, you just want to talk. You just think you know everything. That's what you think. I don't believe, young people, that you need to run around and wonder what the answer is. You do not need to run around and hate yourself. Young people, you do not need to run around and be afraid to talk to others. You can have confidence and talk to them. And once you're good at it, everyone will have something to complain about. You know, there's some people in pushing 70, probably are in their 70s, that are blaming me for one of their many kids going against the church doctrine that they taught them when they were kids. I haven't talked to them in like almost 20 years. There's a whole bunch of people that walked out on church doctrine. Are all they my fault too? They got a whole bunch of other kids in the same family who turned out great. Do I get credit for them? No. They just want to blame me for just that one kid. If you're in my local town, you might have bumped into these clowns that want to blame their own failure on someone else who hasn't even been around for 20 years. That's Sunday. And the Sunday people don't see the craziness in that. Don't blame other people for your life, because if it's someone else's fault, you can't do anything about it. You better hope the trouble in your life is your fault somehow. You want to figure out how to get over the hump you're on? It's your fault. Make it your fault if it's not. And don't beat yourself up or anyone else. Get moving and take the step that goes forward. and don't get lost and live in the past. No athlete who accomplishes anything at all talks about the past. In Taiwan, I did bodybuilding and skateboarding. And I couldn't find a single bodybuilder or skateboarder that would, single bodybuilder or skateboarder who, I couldn't find anyone in any sport, frankly, in Taiwan that would spend 2 seconds talking about some problem yesterday. You do that, boom, they're gone. Sunday, oh, it's all they live in. It's too petty, it's too small. I got stuff I want to be. Sunday, there's a lot of people out there that want to be awesome. And that means they got to get away from you. Because you're just too negative, you see. I have tried. Because they insisted I go there. But when I show up and I really want to learn, and I want to make sure that the other people there are learning, nah. Something, you just want to talk about himself. You're doing that again. They're not there to learn. They're there to let one person or a few people be the ones to teach them almost nothing or something. You know, they'll learn it as long as it's coming from that guy. But if someone knows more and can answer the questions that they're facing now, they're offended. Because that one family I mentioned, they never wanted to solve their problems. They wanted family problems so they could complain about them and have something to blame others for. And when I realized that, like I say hi once in a while, but I think I'm going to stop even doing that. But I was done with them long ago. Once I realized that they like having their problems because they want to complain more than they want to actually get stuff done. I don't. I want to get stuff done. And to do that, I got to stop complaining. And that's all Sunday seems to turn into. It's just way too much goofing around, talking. Get work done, man. That's where I want to be. More to come. But I just realize this, and I want people to know when I'm coming up with this now.